Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good. I am glad to hear that, man. You look great.
I'm retired now, so enjoying that.
Retired?
Yeah.
Quit your job again?
I don't have a job right now, so, that's retired.
What happened to your job?
He quit.
I just decided I wanted to retire now. I was like, I don't know why people wait till they're in their 60s. I'm just going to do it now.
Why'd you quit? Are you going to go back to your old job?
No, I'm retired. So, ideally, I will just never go back to work.
All right, good luck with that. I'm glad Shannon's business is taking off.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Trophy husband.
Trophy
I
husband.
would definitely be one of those.
Oh, for fucking sure.
Fuck, that would be nice.
Yeah, there's no pride here. It's
Yeah,
not
dude,
like
I
I
don't give
gotta
a
be the
fuck.
breadwinner. No, don't give a fuck.
I will have your house cleaned. I'll have dinner made when you get
Just be wearing that
home.
outfit I gave you.
Oh yeah, whatever.
I would be. I don't give a fuck. Dude. I'd be wearing nothing for every day.
It's a little drafty, but
Oh, I'm sure with the money that she makes, we could keep the temperature in the house at optimal for that. So,
Just 65 all the time.
I'm sure if you're naked, you might want it a little bit warmer, but whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, no, you just not work. That's it. That's all there is to it.
So how long does that last? That's the
As long as you
question.
want. As long as you want. You seen them homeless people? That don't look so bad sometimes. It depends on where you're at, though.
Hey, maybe you can finally go camping.
See, that's what I always said. Like the people, I assume you would be homeless because you can still be close to infrastructure. But like, if you had the supplies, wouldn't you just be like, I'm just gonna go see how long I make it out in the woods? I got like
No,
the gear for it. And
I can't tell you
No.
how awful that sounds.
Yeah, no, that sounds
would
terrible.
that be better than like sleeping on a street corner?
I mean, neither. Let's just do
Yeah.
neither.
I'm just saying, if you had to pick one,
I don't though, so I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna.
why would I have to pick one?
if you had to do one or the other, you had
For
no
what
other
reason?
option.
There's always an option.
You could be homeless, like a normal homeless on the streets, or
You're not
you
even
could
giving
be,
me all the options then.
Don't they
You could be
have
homeless
tents?
on the
Isn't that, like, the
streets.
whole point of like the homeless villages or whatever? It's just like a bunch of shitty tents.
Yeah,
I don't think the fact that you have a tent like makes it necessarily nicer.
Well, see, I've seen a lot of documentaries where they talk about homeless people around other homeless people, and theft is a big problem, obviously, and they get like attacked. So, like, if you had nicer things, you'd probably have to just go solo, preferably someplace where there's not other people. So, would you go that direction if you were homeless? If you had all the stuff to have a decent setup out in the woods, or you can be homeless on the streets where you have to worry about what other people are doing. They probably steal all your nice shit, so you just have like junk that nobody cares about. If you're gonna pick one or the other, what's it gonna be?
I feel like that'd be actually pretty interesting watching a documentary about homeless people.
There's a bunch of them.
Is there one on
Some of them.
Netflix?
The thing that's weird too is there's like homeless people that are mentally having issues, and so they just cannot function, or they're hooked up on drugs. And then there's just people who are homeless, but then they still like are working or something. They live in their car, or they actually have a job that it's just not enough to pay for something, and they're like waiting till they can get up enough to bounce back. So there's just different levels of homeless based on what I've
Interesting.
seen.
You're not giving us the third option, which is probably the best one.
Living with your parents?
Death.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I mean, there ain't no other option.
There
You can
is.
just lay down and die and
No,
not
the
take
homeless
either
people
one.
that are lazy and don't do anything, right? Like I understand the mental illness ones. I understand the ones that are just kind of down on their luck, but the ones that just want to stand on a street corner and beg.
I don't think
that's-
those people are homeless though. I think those
Some
are
of them are,
grifters.
yeah. Some of those are just like, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's different. I'm just talking about people who are just like sitting on the street. They're not asking for anything all day long. They're just like there.
Yeah, they just want to be left alone. That's just where they are.
Okay, so what do you think about the guy who's homeless but he like dances for money?
See, I'm actually okay with the people that do
Because
stuff.
he's doing
There used to be a guy when we would leave work when I was driving the van with Discount Tire that would juggle. He'd go out in the street and juggle, and he was good. He was really good. Like that guy, I'm okay with. Like he's like I'd be okay with like giving him a couple bucks, right? Like he's out there trying to do something. But the people that are just out there like trying to clean your windshield or just like sitting there with a sign, like no, go.
I totally feel like the dudes that are sitting by cars are mostly just grifters. They're just trying to capitalize on people's empathy and just make money that way because they can make decent money doing that.
Oh yeah.
But isn't that like a lot of things anyway? All these businesses try to capitalize on your empathy.
I'm surprised businesses don't pay people to do that. They're like, hey, I want you to go stand out here and make some extra income for the organization. They got those sign twirlers. That's basically that. So
That's true, I guess.
They don't get paid from tips and stuff. They're just out there.
They're just a human billboard.
Yo, some of them dudes need to get paid a lot more. Those sign twirlers, there's some good ones.
I think they negotiate their rates, actually.
I mean, there's some of them bitches who throw that shit up like 10, 15 feet and catch it and shit. It's kind of cool.
So, like, if they're really, really good at it, there's a demand there. Like,
I
figure that's like, your job is to be a signpost. So,
I mean,
your job is to like get the business name out there, and if you can do it in a way that catches people's attention, and they remember your business name because of it, then yeah, it's worth more money.
I'm just gonna pay somebody to go scream my business name in people's face because they'll remember that time that guy came up and screamed in their face.
Yeah, they remember it not to use it. That's what they would.
It's seared into their brain, and then they'll tell other people about it, and then it'll spread. It's like I always said that if I ever met a famous person and I really cared about them, like knowing me, I want to be a part of their lives. I would just like lick their face.
Yeah, you would take like one of their family members' lives. They'd never forget you.
Yeah, but then they have just a completely negative outlook. They would never. But like I'm talking about, like if you had the chance to do that and you did,
I'm sure they would forget about you if you just licked their face. They've been through
that's the story they talk about on Jimmy Fallon is about the guy that licked their face.
Exactly. They're never going to forget.
That's one guy.
You will never forget
You'll never forget the guy who murdered one of your family members. If you really wanted to be known.
If I was like introduced to that person again, I could still just say, hey,
they're not going to like you even if you lick their face. It's going to be the same thing. One's going to be more memorable.
The other one, you're going to be just in jail and they're not going to ever come talk to you. But like if I happen to come across them again later and all I did was lick their face, I'd be like, yeah, that was fucking weird.
To you anyway.
But they'll remember me.
They're going to remember you the other way too.
Man, at least he won't be in jail though.
You could go to jail for licking people. That's like a hazard.
You're definitely not going to jail as long as you would if you killed a family member. So
I mean, you could get caught. You could not get caught.
I mean, if they know who killed their family member, how are you?
Then you tell them if they tell.
You're just involved in their life now.
They're next.
I'm not like in good terms with them, but I'm basically part of the family.
I feel like your idea is just so complicated, Nick.
It is.
Nick is stretching a little bit here.
That wasn't the initial argument. It was if you want them to remember you the most. That was the initial thing.
I just said like
it wouldn't be licking their face. It'd be taking someone's life from them.
I'm just saying if you like met that, like, because I'm thinking of like when we went to the Comic Cons and you just like get a chance to like come up, maybe shake their hand, take a picture with them, but then you lick their face and they're like, the fuck away from me. But they're gonna remember you. They're gonna remember that forever. That's just quick and easy. That's my point. And it could be done when you like right when you meet them. You could just do that. The other one involves too much planning and thinking.
Yeah, but you initially just said it would be the best way, but it wouldn't be the best way. That's all.
It doesn't take that much
planning.
He's got
a point though, because that's what he did when he met me.
Are you talking to me or Nick?
You.
Oh, okay. It's true. I don't know which one.
Story of how we became best friends. He killed my brother.
I take his.
I was saying Steven licked my face, but
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah.
Even
Dude, they
Steven
both
licked
happened.
something
So
else.
it's fine.
Killed your brother and licked your face.
I licked your dead brother's face while I was looking you in the eye. They definitely wouldn't forget that.
That sets the tone for the relationship.
I like how we just all start licking the hair.
I didn't lick the air. I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all are weird.
So I bought a new car.
Yeah.
I am pretty excited.
A new car? Like brand new?
Yeah. Or kinda, I guess.
How many miles did it have?
It better be
4,000.
That
That's
is
not a new car. That's a used
Not
car.
new.
Yeah,
Not
it's a used car. It was in their loaner fleet. So like the dealership was in their loaner fleet.
Okay, what is it?
It's a Buick Encore GX.
Does it have all the things you wanted?
Oh
It had
my-
all the things I wanted, plus more.
Does
it
their
still
GPS
make weird noises?
No, it doesn't growl at you when you throw it in reverse, unfortunately.
Does their
Gotta get that
GPS
installed.
have the Matthew McConaughey voice for it?
That's Lincoln.
Is Lincoln Buick not the same thing?
No, not
No.
at all. They're two totally different manufacturers.
Yeah, but
Blinken.
they're sold under the same thing.
No, they're,
No, they're
not.
I swear I've seen a Lincoln Buick dealership before.
You have not, because that's not.
I mean, there
Buick
could be a
and GMC.
dealership. That could be like a local dealership that just
Yeah.
happens to sell those two.
Wow.
No, that wouldn't be a thing. That's
I mean,
not
I
a-
see all these dealerships where they're selling
is
like
a-
Jeeps. Ford dealerships got Jeeps out in their parking
Yeah,
lot.
they may have it, but it's not like advertised on their thing like it's a Buick Lincoln dealer. That's not a thing. Ford
I don't
owns Lincoln. GM owns Buick.
Why do you know that?
Pretty common knowledge.
Yeah,
No, it's
to be
not.
honest.
I would
Only if
not
you're
say
a
that's
fanboy.
common knowledge, to be honest.
Don't you work in the automotive world, Nick?
No, I work in the AC world now, bitch.
Yeah, but didn't you work at delivering like automotive parts? Like anybody that in the
He's like,
automotive
I've never
world would
seen
know
a
that.
car in my life, okay?
That's
Move
why I
on.
knew there was a fucking Lincoln Buick place.
No, they.
There's not one in
They're-
Dothan.
Feeling attacked here, okay? What's with all the hostility?
That's all they do. That's all they know to do.
Yeah,
know,
it's
there's only-
exciting. I like the car. It's very nice, very fancy.
You taking it out onto the track? Got some times yet?
Uh,
Yeah.
What's the quarter mile?
probably not great.
30 seconds, give or take. Mostly give.
Mostly give, yeah.
I thought about that with the hybrid ones because they had the batteries. They actually get a pretty decent quarter mile run.
I almost got a hybrid. Almost got the Toyota Corolla Cross hybrid. That was on my
Electric
list.
Cars are really fast.
A Corolla. You should have got the Cybertruck. We saw one in person the other day.
No,
Gross.
you shouldn't do that.
That thing is terrible.
Such a cool looking car.
It's not though. It's ugly as fuck.
If you like how dumpsters are shaped, if you ever like walk by a dumpster and you're like, man, I wish there was a car that looked like that. That's
most
it.
of the people who really like the look of that car got really into Halo as a kid.
I really was into Halo as a kid. I'm still not into that car.
It would need to be stripped apart a bit to look like a Warhog. Also, the Warhog still has like a hood, like it still has this general shape of a normal car. So that one's just weird looking, especially in person. Like it looks as weird in person as it does in all the pictures. Like it's just a flat, weird shape. Like it's just odd.
I think it's crazy how like popular they got or whatever.
That's because they just fanboy over Tesla. They're like,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you give us, we want it. Whatever. I don't care what it is. It's been interesting to see it being such a clown show, though.
Mm-hmm.
No R&D on that thing, apparently. The initial that first time when they showed it off and they busted out the passenger window, that should have been a good indicator of the rest of the car, because it seems like it is also garbage all the way around, not just that one spot. It wasn't a fluke.
Are there any like positive stories about it? Because like we talked about the Cyberstuck Reddit on here a couple times, where it's just like a whole bunch of negative things about it. Is there any positive like reviews on it?
It can turn 4 wheels, sort of.
What, to like parallel park or something?
Not that far. Like the back wheels can kind of turn a little bit, so you can take sharper turns. Which I feel like would just be something else to break. But the interior is spacious from what I've seen, because there's like nothing in it.
It can stop a compound bow.
I don't think it can.
Yeah,
no, it can. Joe Rogan did it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So if you're like driving through some tribal areas with it, you know, you're safe.
Going down them mountain back roads.
I feel like it's like it wasn't good enough that it could stop a bullet. Which, if anybody remembers when they initially did the pitch, I'm pretty sure I saw that it was supposed to be like armored, like it was supposed to have. That's why he threw stuff at the glass. It was supposed to be like a
but demonstration. The glass broke, right?
Yeah, it
did in the demo, yeah.
But it was supposed to be one of the selling points of it is that it was more reinforced. I don't know. It's just fun to talk about. After we saw it, I was remembering the stuff I had seen or read about the DeLorean and how that was like remembered fondly after the fact. But it has kind of a similar story where I don't think that company was as big as Tesla, but that car was kind of just a flop in its time, and then later on kind of gained popularity. But I don't think it's going to be the same case with that truck. One, because it is popular, because, like I said, the fanboys want it, so it's going to be everywhere, and it probably ain't going to last nearly as long. And there's no movies to put it in that are going to make it popular.
You don't know that.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, there definitely going to be some movies it's in.
Yeah, but you see all those movies with like futuristic looking cars. Like, even if it was in a movie now, it probably just wouldn't stick out enough. Like they have crazy futuristic car concepts in the movies that show them, and that one's just
like the movie you're relating to was that car was like the whole storyline of the movie. So
yeah, because he wanted a car with style. He says that in the movie.
Put it in the next Fast and Furious movie. It's just like one of the random cars they happen to be driving.
Well, it'll be one out of an aircraft and it'll land on all four and drive off.
I mean, it could. I think they'd probably need like 6 of them to get that shot done, but
I think it's so heavy it would destroy itself.
Not in Fast and the Furious, it wouldn't. Because you want to know what? They got family.
Family. But that car ain't got an engine. I don't think that fits the vibe of the movie. They want stuff that's loud and...
It's fast, but it's not furious.
Yeah, there's no fury in a electric
That's why it's
car.
just like one of like the random ones they just happen to be driving. Not even like not one of the ones they race or jump out of. Well, they don't even race anymore, right? That's like not a thing.
No, they do heists, big crazy heists.
It's a family movie.
It's all about family, Mark.
All about family.
You should know this, okay?
It's a family car, so there you go.
Yeah. They're gonna put your Lincoln, Buick, GMC, Ford, Chevrolet in there.
It was funny. Good in there.
He was taking this course recently for fun, not for any reason. I don't plan to do anything with it, but it's one of my favorite things to look at with this course. It's all risk management. Is Jurassic Park. I think I told you, Jake, but I thought it could be a fun thing to bring up because the company. So for this course I'm taking, the whole company is about like assessing all the things that you can go wrong in a company or while you're operating. And we were talking about Jurassic Park because that's one of my favorite case studies about all the things that can go wrong. Nothing? You got nothing? Come on. It's great.
I think he was talking to you, Mark. I don't know.
Oh, me? Sorry. I'm not going to lie. I started reading something.
Okay, fine. You share it with the class then. I tried, okay?
I was reading about fantasy football. Do you want me to share it with the class?
Who's going to be the first 5 picks this year?
Go ahead.
Christian McCaffrey and CeeDee Lamb for sure. Number 1 and 2.
All right.
Sure about that? No Tyreek Hill?
I don't think CeeDee Lamb's going to be the second overall pick.
Oh,
think so?
Oh, you guys going running backs first or wide receivers? That's
I think it's McCaffrey, Tyreek, bro. To be honest, if you went looked
across, I think for sure would be those
all across a fantasy. That would probably be your top 2.
You did say top 5.
Ashley, what's your thoughts? Perfect. All right.
You asked for this, okay? You asked for this. You told me to share with the class, and now I shared. And now we're all talking about it.
No, we're not all talking about it.
That's why I asked you to join the conversation.
We ain't talking about nothing.
About nothing.
I'll sit here in dead silence before I have to hear about sports. You know what we was talking about that was interesting? They built a new amphitheater by us. I fucking hate it. Because it's inconveniencing me when I go to my Friday night dinners. Very annoying. Because people hang out at the restaurant instead of going to the fucking place.
No, that's why you go on Monday night dinners.
Yeah, we were going on different nights, and they had shit scheduled like every day because it just opened, and everybody just hangs out in there. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Just take a month off.
You know who doesn't hate that?
Colorado.
That fucking business that you're going to eat at. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's great for them, but for me, I don't care at all. Especially because they opened with One Direction. Who cares? And the rest of the lineup
thing.
I don't think it was One Direction. I think it was One Republic, is what you were meaning to say.
I thought One Direction.
Who cares? It's the same thing.
They're both bands that nobody
UK too.
The same thing.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's like whatever the car thing was. Same thing. They got wheels. They go. It's a band. They play music.
Allegedly. I just don't. I feel like if you're going to open a new venue, it should be a banger as your first one. They're not going to be like looking back fondly and being like, yeah, we hired some random ass band. Whoop-de-doo.
You would think it would.
One Republic.
I mean, just because you don't like them doesn't make them a random.
I mean, I don't know if that's even true. Would a good big band want to go to somewhere that's new, that's unproven?
They can be
there.
No, yeah, you can be the first show. You will always be the very first show that plays.
You think they care about being the first show at a place that they probably don't
Counting
go to
Stars is their song. Counting Stars.
I've never.
I think
heard
they
of
do that. Too Late to
It's
Apologize song too.
Too late to apologize.
Yeah, they do.
So they opened it up with a nice little snooze fest. All right, hell yeah. They could have got like somebody huge in there.
Who?
Somebody big.
Who?
Get like Metallica or somebody in there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
You think Metallica would want to go play there?
Yes.
Really?
They could be the first. They didn't have to ever play it
that
again.
Place is nowhere big enough to even contain.
That'd be the
Metallica.
thing too. You could just like make it a thing to remember. The time some giant ass band tried to.
The only time I've ever seen Metallica play is in like huge stadiums, like baseball stadiums or football stadiums. Like they play in big stadiums where they can sell out like 40,000 tickets. Like
I don't think bands care about being the first to little ass things like that.
Your name is always tied to that stadium then, or that.
They probably don't want it then. They probably don't want to go play there then.
I feel like that would not be the case, but I don't know.
Okay.
I would want to be there for the first show. Be like, yep, that was me. My band, first show.
I would care
Anybody
more
else
about
that
it
plays,
if, like,
nobody cares.
I lived in the area. Like One Republic is from here, so.
Bro,
so I don't.
If I was rich and famous, I wouldn't give a fuck about being first in no venue.
Because anybody else that ever plays there, nobody cares. But they will
do.
always be the first one.
That makes no sense.
Nobody cares about anybody that ever plays there.
I don't go to a venue like, oh man, this is the first band.
Did you know Metallica played here?
Okay, they've played a lot of places.
I mean, I just feel like there's more notoriety.
They were the first, though.
Okay, are they fucking performing tonight? No.
Exactly.
Are they going to perform here?
Started off.
They'll be here eventually.
So from the venue standpoint, then you started that off with a nothing band. So you're like everybody.
You act like they
eyes
can
are
just
on
go
you.
get whoever the fuck they want. They can't.
They should have.
Plus, One Republic's actually pretty popular. Just throwing that out there.
I've never even heard of them. That's not even a real band.
Yeah, One Republic is a pretty popular
They
band.
just
like,
made
to
it
say
just
that they're
to play.
to say they're a nobody band is not the case.
They're nobody. They have a problem with that. There's my address. They can come to my house and tell me about it.
Say your address right now.
They can write it on the back of some money and give it to me.
Bro,
and
then
I'll
they'd
read
be
it.
the first big band to go into your house. Wouldn't that be so cool?
Whoa, dang.
People would
I
be
bet you would
talking
know
about
them
it.
then. wouldn't
Dude,
you?
Every time I go to Steven's house from here on out, I'd be like, dude, you know that
One Republic
came
came
here?
here.
I just thought that'd be interesting though to talk to one of those. I remember when we were deployed one time, they had a band out there to do one of the USO shows, and we was hanging out with them at the smoke pit. I didn't give a shit because one, I didn't know who the hell they were or care, and it was the middle of the night, so I was like, I don't care at all, and I don't have my like phone to look up if anything. But we were just shooting the shit with them. It was kind of fun.
That'd be cool. We had bikes over Baghdad. Come whenever I was there. I'd do this like BMX show. It was okay.
That sounds dumb. Sounds
Yeah.
dumb as hell. I just remember they kept doing all that stuff, and every time it was just like, I don't care at all. Like, you're waking me up. Could you do it later or earlier or some other time? Thanks, but no thanks. Oh,
Well,
and I
you-
did stand next to, what's his name, that tall comedian guy, Kevin O'Brien? Conan O'Brien?
That's right. Yeah, he went out there while
He's
you were out there.
taller. He's about the same height as me, but I think he wins because his hair is a lot higher up. Like, his hair is like slicked up.
Well, grow your hair out
I'm working on it.
Got him.
from here.
Yeah, we had that conversation the other day because apparently I don't notice hairstyles when they change very much. But I was like, as a bald person, I you either have hair or you don't. That's all I notice. Like, you could do whatever you want with it, and I'll be like, he still has hair, so, or he doesn't.
You might have remembered it if Metallica wore the hairdo first.
Dude,
Tell
I
me
wouldn't
that if-
recognize Metallica if I ran into them on the street. I wouldn't know them. I don't know.
You telling me
either.
that if Shannon came down right now with like a
bald
short,
head.
like not bald, can't be bald. It's gotta still have hair.
Buzz
Like
cut.
Yeah, like a buzz cut or like as long as mine, you wouldn't notice because she just has hair.
I mean, probably because I see her every day, but beyond that, because it came up because they were talking about her sister, and so she got bangs.
Your wife got bangs.
Yes, and then they were like, her sister has bangs, and I was like, does she? Like, I don't know. I just know her hair. She has hair, and it's kind of blonde. Like, it varies. It's mostly blonde, and I was like, that's all I know. I just don't. I mean, again, if it's something you see every day, then yeah, I probably would notice if she did because she lives here and I see her every day. So I'd be like, oh, something's different. I would notice that immediately.
I try to notice whenever anyone comes into the school with a haircut.
Don't you hate those people who come up to you and they're like, "Do you notice something different?" And it's like 2 inches of hair got cut off. You're like, "No, fucking
Nope, you're
don't."
still a piece of shit.
As long as I notice your haircut, I'll say that to you.
Don't expect me to ever notice if somebody else cuts their hair because I don't pay attention.
What kind of hair did I have last time you came down?
Well, I know your hair's short because I remember when we like first met, you had super long hair, so it's just been short ever since.
Yeah, now you're just a disappointment.
Yeah, why don't you grow it out again, Nick?
Yeah.
Get the long hair.
Because it's gray.
Because it's gray.
Yeah.
You can get those colors, make it like multicolored.
I'm not that guy who dyes their hair. I don't care that much.
You do care
So
because you
then,
won't let it grow
apparently
out.
you do.
What,
Did I
what are
tell you the
talking
easiest
about?
thing?
I was just asking him because he clearly remembers my hair, but we don't see each other every day, so he's lying.
Yeah, but I know because it was like so long when you were first. Like that's a noticeable difference. Like it's very very long, and then it's like
still
cut
hair
off.
though. I had hair, and I still had hair. Just different.
You had a lot
lengths.
less hair. I'd say like 90% less hair.
Hmm.
Maybe 75%. I don't know. I mean, I don't put a lot of thought into hair. And if you really want to go low maintenance, I'd suggest just shaving it all off completely. That's easy. I'm thinking of just shaving all
That's
this off,
not
getting
low
on my nerves.
maintenance.
Oh, I
That's
just like
more
shaved all my
maintenance.
beard off and I hate it. I want to grow it back.
If you shave off all your hair, it's so much more maintenance having to keep
Yeah,
it
what
shaved
you
all
have
the
to
way
do,
off.
Steven, is way more maintenance than
It takes
What
me
I-
like 5 minutes to do that, and then I don't have to pay someone to get a haircut.
Takes me
I
0
don't have
minutes.
to style it.
But you have to do that. How many times a week do you have to do that?
Probably like 3 times a week.
Exactly. I
Exactly.
wake up, take a shower, I'm done. I don't mess with my
Yeah,
hair.
but on the other days where I don't have to like shave it, it's just nothing. I do nothing.
Right, same. I do nothing every day.
Yeah, and then once every month or so, I go get a haircut. Oh
Yeah.
no!
So all the
And
time you're
I know-
taking
I
those
still-
3 times a week.
I still don't have to do anything because I pay somebody to do it.
You got this all wrong, man.
And you also have to pay for all the stuff to do it yourself. So
It's the same thing I shaved my face with. So I already had that stuff.
you still
I feel
have
like
to have
you're
it.
taking way more time to do hair than any of us. Maybe not Mark.
Oh yeah, still more time than me.
15 minutes a week is a lot more than the 15 minutes it takes to get my haircut once a month.
Do you just
Yeah,
go to
Actually, I haven't been doing anything to my hair lately, so
Do you just go to Great Clips?
gross.
Yeah,
No,
And
never.
Wherever they buzz it, just
depends
buzz
on
it.
what depends on
Or
what you're
do you
getting
go
done.
to like some fancy place?
No, but I just go to an actual barber, not a Great Clips.
They still have those? I haven't been to one of
Yeah.
those in like a
Yeah.
decade.
Remember Gomez would always go whenever it was Veterans Day, so he'd get a free haircut, but it always looked like shit.
You see, I look at that completely negative now. I remember trying to do all those like things and hit up all the deals, and now I'm like, I would stay away from those places because there's people there, and I hate that. But why go to like Great? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they do a fine job. I don't know. But the atmosphere, because the only ones I know of are in like strip malls or in like a Walmart or something.
Dude, I hate talking to the barber.
Oh yeah, when they're trying to just make like small talk
Yes,
with you.
it's like, dude, just
Dude,
cut
just
the damn hair.
Shut up
man.
and cut my hair.
I
yeah.
don't want to
Talk all the
fucking
time, man.
talk, dude. Oh,
We don't have to
shit.
worry about that.
Fucking
The only
my
time
barber.
I'll go get my beard trimmed, and I just can't talk. Like it's implied that if you're shaving the hair and I try to move my mouth, you're gonna fuck it up. Or like when they use the little razor, like I'm not gonna move. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they
We're
sit
not
down and talk
actually-
to you, and you
the
just like.
fucking-
Mm-hmm,
Whenever the dentist or the dental assistants are trying to talk to you.
You mother.
So tell me about yourself.
That's
That's
just the worst, bro.
That shit's annoying.
It's just anywhere you go, they have to talk. You're just like, shut the fuck up and do what I need
See-
you to do, and I'm paying you to do, and I'll get out of here.
I feel like if I did that kind of job, I would purposely do that to people.
I would,
Like,
I
I
would
don't
go to you
expect
for
you
that
to-
reason to
I
not
don't
talk to me.
expect you to talk, but I'm hoping you don't. But I'm still gonna do it because it's funny.
If I could find someone not to talk to me, I'd go there instead.
It's like when you upvote an Uber driver that didn't say a damn word the whole time.
Yep.
Yes, for sure.
5 stars.
I've still never used Uber ever in my life.
I use Lyft usually.
I haven't used any of those things. I've just
It's funny.
Driven.
I've used it a few times. It's come in handy, but like the most time we just get pretty chill people. They're just like older people that are doing it as extra money. They don't care.
There's some people.
I haven't
that do
gotten
it
any
too. Like the people
weirdos.
that do it as their everyday job are always weird. It seems like they like are too extra about it.
They got like a taxi cab set up.
Well, and they have like the little like tablet in the back for you to play games on, and like, oh, do you need a phone charger and like all this stuff? What radio station do you want? Like all this stuff. It's like I just want you to drive the fucking car to where I need to go.
I'll give you more stars if you don't say anything and you get me there quickly.
Yep. Don't talk to me.
fair enough.
Like, hey man, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, can you shut the hell up?
Speaking of shut the hell up, this has been your least favorite podcast. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll catch y'all next time. Like, subscribe, favorite, share it, all the things.